Hi, my name is Catherine Went with Syscon, and thanks for taking a moment of your time. Today I had a couple of bullet points to share for our Sage 100 contractor users, so if that's not you, thanks for checking in. We'll catch you next time. For the rest of you, this is specifically Sage 100 contractor, and this is a couple tips that we have been running on our construction page of our newsletter, so feel free to check that out, but it is a construction corner. It's just about Sage and construction accounting. So here I have three. Here's the first one. Job cost reconciliation. About this time of year, I often will get calls asking where that job cost reconciliation is. If you're a longtime 100 contractor user, you may remember that part of our end of the year process was right in the 6.3 screen. We would run the job reconciliation and it would give us an audit result. That was dropped a couple of years ago, but you may not know that you can now print a report very similar. Go ahead and click on the printer from 6.3. Choose the 41 or 42 report, your choice, and it will compare the costs that hit the direct expenses with the job cost ledger itself, and those should be a match. If anything's off, you can dive in. For those of you who create additional job cost records because you do T&M billing and maybe you have some of your own owned equipment but not the equipment module, you may have those records outside the reconciliation. That's totally fine, but something to keep in mind. Item number 2 that we wanted to talk with you about, we would strongly encourage that you run the 537 payroll audit at the end of every payroll. It is a lot easier to address issues right then and there when they're happening in that week than months and months later to have to go back and figure out where the audit actually triggered or what new calc was causing an audit. So we would definitely encourage you to run it each week. For several of you with larger payrolls, you may not care to run it each week. We totally respect that, but you absolutely need to run it before you do quarterly reports. You really should not start your quarterly reports until you're sure all audit errors have been addressed and are gone. And our third and final update for you, we would encourage you to run the 1/6 monthly close, which rolls the posting period forward and runs an audit, as well as the 537 payroll audit. Those are two really important things. A number of years ago, per user request, Sage made a change that in the 1/6 audit, if there was an audit error, it used to be that you could not roll the posting period forward, and that put people in kind of a bind. So Sage now allows you to roll it anyway until you get to the end of the year. We kind of wish they hadn't opened that up, because now what happens is in December, we get a lot of panicked calls for people who can't open up the new year. So basically what we want to just say is, please don't ignore the audit results when you run the 1/6 audit or the 537 audit. Take it seriously. If you need to move on, but don't let another week go by before bringing it up so that we can get that resolved on your behalf, and it'll save you some panic at a later date. So that's it. Those are the 3 tips. Thanks for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.